Alright guys, well, we're going to try this another time here. We got the DJI Osmo Action 4 camera going, and we're using the DJI Mic 2 Bluetooth wireless microphone to do the audio. And I was out here a little bit before, had everything going, got the drone up in the air, and the disc spine was making a little bit of noise. It took me, I don't know, a good hour and a half or so to figure out what was going on. I thought that thought I had a puck. If you guys know anything about the new houses, they got the Shock Pro hubs. Thought they had a Shock Pro hub that was bad. And checked it out. That didn't seem to be the problem. So I actually took off two hubs. The first one by the tongue. Well, I took off the second one by the tongue, and then the first one by the tongue to try to figure out which one it was, because they had a knife on each of them that they were hitting each other just a little bit. And it was like every, I don't know, fifth or sixth rotation. It wasn't every time around, but it was every so often. So, checked them both out. Both hubs were good. Couldn't figure that out. I had changed the knives, actually. Changed one knife on the first one, both knives on the second one, because they were both kind of beat up. And I ended up, I tried to move the knife a little bit. You can move the knife on the turtle just a little bit. I did that. That didn't work. And finally, I just put an old knife in that had the tip was already knocked off of. And we're running that, and it seems to be cutting fine. So we're just going to keep on going as long as it's not, you know, two knives hitting isn't nearly as bad as the Shock Pro hub being bad and the knives hitting every single time they come around and stuff like that. It's not nearly as bad as the knife hitting the Carter bar, so I'm not sure what's out of whack with it. But I even flipped the turtle around the other way to try to see if that was the problem. I tried to get it so they were right on with each other, you know, it's supposed to be 90 degrees different from each other. Try to get that happening. I did. Didn't seem to make any difference, but putting the knife that had a little corner nicked off it back in, it's cutting and it's not making noise. We're just going to go with it for now. But I had checked the knives because the outside knife, the far one, it always takes a beating when you're opening up a field. Always gets a, you know, you get the tire in the dead furrow or whatever, and that knife over there takes a beating. And it was actually tucked up underneath the turtle. And I actually went ahead and changed it so that maybe it won't get tucked back up in there for today anyway. So that one's still good. And actually pretty good. The fact that that was the first knives that I actually changed all year, so I'm happy with that. Used to be had to change knives all the time. They were they get beat up on rocks or whatever. This spine seems to be a little bit better with the Pro hubs. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I seem to have better luck with them. This is my second Holland disc spine. The other one is the exact same model. Finally had a bearing go out. There's a lot of labor to fix it. Right in the middle of hay season, so we just swapped it in and got this one. So I think this one's a 2017. And I'm probably going to swap it in next year or the year after. I'd like to get one with a bent tongue. I really like to get this is a 9'2". I'd like to get the 10'4". Got some smaller fields. I don't really think the 13-footer would be all that worth it to me. But anyway, got the DJI Action 4 going. So then, meanwhile, while I'm messing around the disc spine, I forgot about the drone. And drone's up in the air doing its thing. It's following the tractor, so it's sitting there looking at the tractor the whole time. And forgot about the drone. The battery got low on the drone, and the drone went back and landed. And I had the case, the hard case with the drone sitting on the round bale, and the drone went back and landed perfectly on that hard case on the round bale, and I never even knew it did it. I never remembered about the drone until I heard beeping coming from the cab, and the controller was beeping because the battery on the controller was dying. So here we are. Got the DJI Action 4 going. Got the microphone going. Hopefully you're just going to try the microphone out, mow a little bit of hay without the drone today. Too bad, because the drone actually acted like it was going to follow the 986 pretty good today. It had done pretty good so far. So I was thinking maybe that, being that it's a little bit cloudy or hazy or whatever you want to call it, that might have helped it, because it wasn't going to get, I don't know if the glare affects it or not, but I thought maybe that was going to help it. That'll have to wait for another day to determine if that's true or not. So this field is what we call the wet field. This field is like down over a little bank away from a woods. There's a field up on the other side of the woods, and this corner down here from right about where I am now to the end usually is wet. It's a hard field to, usually a hard field to do, because you never know if it's going to be wet or not. This year we've had pretty good balance of rain and sunshine, and we've had a few days, day of rain, 2-3 days of sunshine, day of rain, 2-3 days of sunshine. We had that pretty consistent most of the season, and it's been hotter than usual. I mean, the other day it feels like 101 was the feels like. Yesterday was pretty hot. Today's not as hot, but it's really muggy. I got up this morning and I knew I was gonna mow hay, and I was usually if it's hot I'm gonna put shorts on. And I got up and I checked the weather, and it was saying it was only gonna be 77 and cloudy and whatnot. It was gonna rain. And I got up about a little bit before 8 o'clock, and somebody texted me, said there was cows out, so I had to go check on them. So I put my jeans on, long sleeve shirt, and half an hour later I was sweating. I had to take I unhooked the round baler from the 110C, put the bale spear on, and got it ready so we could move some round bales. And putting that bale spear on, I was pretty much drenched in sweat by the time I got that done. So I took my long sleeve shirt off, had just a little quick snack of a breakfast, and came out and started mowing hay. By the way, they were not my cows, they were the neighbors. But I put them back across the road for them. It's always fun when it's not your cows, but everybody thinks they are, and everybody wants to tell you about it. And they were on neighbors' land, different neighbors' land, then they were on my land. But anyway, we're mowing. This is a wet field. So usually the wet field actually might be right here is about normal, but the other side is actually maybe a little bit shorter than what it normally is. Usually it's about 6 feet tall. So I'm not sure what happened. I don't know a whole lot about it, but the neighbor years ago planted corn above this field, and I think it got runoff from the corn. And so the one part of this field is just grows way better than the other, and I think it's kind of crazy, kind of like almost like mutated the hay or something. I don't know, but usually I used to mow with a 966 and it'd be up to the hood. This year I don't see it quite that high, but it's pretty tall. It's nice hay. You know, the orchard grass, whatnot, burned up, but there's a lot of the green stuff. That's all Timothy. Looks real good. Or most of it's Timothy anyway. Looks real good. I think it's got some, I'm not sure, but I think it's got some canary grass in it. But we've square baled it quite a few times. It's pretty close to the barn. It's, you know, it's one of those fields, if you wait on it, it dries out and you get the right day. It's not a bad field to square bale. I'm not sure if we're going to round bale this or square bale it. Got to mowing this down. It's Thursday, July 11th. And we're mowing this down to have it ready for Saturday. And got a graduation party Saturday. I'm not sure if I'm going to go, but the kids might go. Not sure if I'll have enough help for doing square bale, so we might just round bale it and call it good. We've got quite a few round bales already. We got more hay now than we had last year by a long shot. It's been a real good year weather-wise. I don't know, we probably have, 125 or more round bales. Maybe close to 150. And probably 3,500 square bales. So that's pretty good for here. We got this field to go. I think this is about 7 acres maybe. And got another field over by the pond. Probably about 12 or 14 acres over there to do. And then we'll be done at the home property. And we will be going to rental properties. We got 3 rental properties to go to. 2 of them are probably one of them is probably 100 acres. The other one's probably about 65, 70, something like that. And one is about 20 or 25. So about 200 acres to go once we get done here. A lot of hay. Good thing to have. That's why I did square bales, because you can, you know, I'll sell square bales 1 bale at a time if it's not too inconvenient for me to meet somebody, especially if they're giving you a little bit of cash, you know, little ice cream money. But you know, they're just easier to sell. Seem like it anyway. Bale at a time, or truckload at a time, or whatever, 10 at a time, 20 at a time. So that's why I wanted to do square bales. Plus, when you feed them, you know, you get better, you can ration them better. I think they last longer, they're better feed. All kinds of reasons to do it. The only reason not to do it is the labor. But we did pretty good. I mean, we had one day we did 9 or 10 loads. The other days, most of the days we did 3 or 4 or 5, and it worked out pretty good. I mean, if I could have the round baler running at the same time, I'd settle for 3 or 4 square bale loads every time we go out, you know. But I haven't had anybody else round bale yet. Hoping get my nephew Zach out there round baling some of these rental properties so I can keep on mowing. Because really I could mow them all in 2 days each, definitely. So if I could keep on the mowing, he could do the round baling and raking. That would be pretty good. You know, what we might do is I'll keep on the mowing, and then when it comes time to rake and bale, he can rake and I'll start baling, and he can finish baling, and I'll go back to mowing, and something like that, you know, kind of work it together. But that's what we're doing. Hoping this video turns out good. By now you've seen some of the other videos. You figured out that we finally got the drone and a camera and I don't know what you call it, external audio to work at the same time by using that mic app, talking in my phone. This is like one step better. Got the DJI with the microphone, Bluetooth microphone. It's pretty cool. So I just got the DJI camera a couple days ago. It's like, it's definitely, you can see the technology. DJI is like, they're a step above, definitely. You know, step above GoPro, just a step above in general, I think. The microphone, Bluetooth connected right up, easy. Cool thing about it is the DJI and GoPro, although they're a little bit different, they can use the same mounts. So this is actually my DJI camera, and I'm actually using the GoPro suction cup mount on the back cab of the 986 today, so it's not on the fender. It looks like it's a better spot. The problem I have with the camera is I want to see that camera so I know if that sucker fell off or not. And one thing about this spot, unless you're turning or whatever, if it fell off right now, it would probably bounce off the 3-point hitch or the disc spine hitch and not get run over, you know. And I do have the DJI insurance for it. So I also have a baler twine tether on it, so if it does come undone, baler twine will catch it. It's tied to the bar back there. The only thing I noticed about it was that on the metal 986, the suction cup didn't quite seem to be as good as it was on the plastic. Now, what I did was I cleaned it off as good as I could. Actually, I didn't have anything else, so I actually spit on it and took a rag and cleaned it off and dried it as good as I could, and then I put the suction cup on it. Now I noticed that you can move it a little bit if you put a little bit of pressure on it. Whereas on the 110C, it's plastic. Now I had to clean the plastic really good. Once I cleaned the plastic really good and I got that thing on there, it was pretty hard actually to get it off of that tractor. It's got a little ball you push down, and I think when you do that on the plastic, you get the plastic to flex a little bit. And then when it suction cups back up, it suction cups back up tighter. But anyway, it's really cool that they can use each other's mounts. So I ordered a mount, I think it's Telepin, something T-E-L-E-P-I-N. They make good mounts. I heard that I saw a video where they talked about them being real good mounts. So I ordered a mount, actually ordered a suction cup mount and a magnetic mount, and those both have a knuckle. This one doesn't have a knuckle. So those both have, I think they both actually have two knuckles, a knuckle and a ball bearing, a knuckle and a ball joint, sorry. And so you can get a little bit different angles with them. Whereas this one, I have it mounted, it's got the, the backpack type clip on the suction cup, and you can tilt it up and down, but once you get your angle, you're kind of stuck with it. So it can be a little bit of a pain, because if the suction cup sticks super good and you want to just turn it just a little bit, it could be hard to do. Now on the 110C, I'll tell you what, it'd probably be really hard to do, because it really came off of that tractor hard. I was surprised how hard it stuck on there. So that's pretty cool. Now the only thing that I was surprised about was that DJI has the Bluetooth thing. It sounds like they have the Bluetooth thing just down, just like butter. Whereas this microphone is Bluetooth hooked up to the camera. And I thought it was kind of interesting, so I thought, well, can you work this microphone came with two microphones. And it actually has I guess it's like a little mixer, a not using the mixer, I'm just using the microphone. Anyway, so you could have two people talking at the same time and have two microphones going. So I thought, well, hey, if I could figure out a way to hook that microphone up to the GoPro, that'd be kind of cool. And looks like the only way that I've figured out so far is the GoPro does not have Bluetooth connectivity like that. So you can't connect to it Bluetooth, or you can't pair something to it. It can be paired to a phone, but you can't pair to it. That's what so the only way that I found out so far you can use a DJI mic with a GoPro is to buy the media mod, and then the media mod actually plugs into the side, and then even then you still have to use a cable to use it with the GoPro. And that's where I think you have to put the mixer receiver thing on the GoPro, and then the mic will link to it, but there is a cord involved. So I don't know, I'm probably not going to do that, at least not for a while. It'd be cool. So like if you were out and you're videoing and you wanted to switch cameras or whatever, battery died or whatever, that's probably not the only thing I could think of, you know, because this way, the way I have it now is I put this audio over top of whatever video I want. So I could have two cameras going, you could have the drone going, and we could do it over top of whatever video you want. So the only reason I wanted to know if we could do it with the GoPro is basically like, okay, DJI batteries are all dead, which would be, that'd be a heck of a day if I ran all three batteries dead. But, or you didn't want to wait for them to charge, forgot to charge them from the day before or something like that. But, you know, I don't know. So I was just kind of surprised that the GoPro didn't have, as far as I know anyway, Bluetooth pairing to it. It can be paired to something else, but you can't pair to it. So DJI got that one for sure. But it is pretty cool that the mounts change, you know. I do like the mic app, so that's kind of cool. So this microphone here does the same thing. So the mic app will send you'll get audio files separate from your, you can get the audio file separate from your video, or it can put them together for you. That's pretty cool. Now this microphone here, same thing. Right now the camera is taking in the audio and doing the video at the same time, but the audio can also be separated for use with other video, which is pretty cool, you know. And the nice thing about it, most people say, well, the biggest thing about it is it's a backup. So if you lost one, and I think it just stores it right on the little microphone. So if you lost one, it's going to be stored on there. You plug that into your computer and you can get the audio file back off of it. So I have to look into the file system, but that sounds pretty cool. Just be able to do that. I actually got saved on a video you'll see before this one, where I deleted the audio file that I used the mic app to do, and I had the video, and I got saved because the mic app saved the video with the audio downloaded it to my phone. And I'm not even sure whether I did it or it did it on its own. I think it might have did it on its own, and it hasn't done since because my phone is apparently full, or at least can't be backed up because my cloud storage is full or whatever. So I'm not sure if it did it on its own. I think it did. I think I hit, well actually I'm almost positive, I hit save, so it saved it to my phone, whereas I don't think I did that the last video. I just sent it to my email. So that's what I do with the mic app. I just send the file to my email. It does a cloud drop, and then I save it on my desktop. So by the time you've seen this video, you have seen quite a few other videos that came out bing bang boom because I finally got the editing down. Yesterday I edited 3 or 4 videos, really learning a lot about that using Adobe Premiere Pro. It is way beyond anything that I need, but I've learned a lot from it. The only thing I need to learn now is I need to figure out some templates so I can get my, I got throwing a few subtitles here and there. I'd like to just have a template that I just pull up so you got, you know, the size of the font and the font you want, and the color you want, things like that. But I have figured out how to share it from one file to another real easy, and that's pretty cool. So I have it, you know, where my intro is one file, and I open that up, and I put my other video in there, then I save it as a new name, and I got that pretty much down. That's pretty cool. But you can do a lot on there. I mean, you can edit the color and the sharpness, all that stuff in there. I'm not going to get into that. I think the cameras make a pretty good video on what they are. Everything's going to be loaded uploaded to YouTube, probably at 1080 or whatever. So I mean, it's not, you know, I'm not making movies for the big screen, you know, but it's pretty cool. I'll enjoy learning it all. It can be, you know, a little bit too much and sometimes. The only thing I don't understand about Adobe Premiere Pro is sometimes I get a window open that I don't want open and I can't figure out how to close it, because it's got like, there are different categories, there's like windows and menus and stuff, and once in a while I get one open that I don't want and I can't get the one I do want. So that's a little bit, it's not really challenging, but that's just a little bit of a learning curve. But there are a lot of good videos about Adobe. There's one that's like, I think they're all 2-minute videos, and I've used that a lot for different things. Now yesterday I had a hard time. I exported, so yesterday would have been the day I exported my video of mowing hay to YouTube, and I could not remember how I did it before, and so I tried looking for a video on how to do it, and I could not find one that seemed to be the way that I remembered how I did it before. So I'm not sure how I did that before, I'm just not sure how I did it. Whether I actually did it from Adobe or I did it from, now I'm thinking about it, maybe I just did it from the computer. And I actually maybe I did it through YouTube and I just went and opened up the file. But it seemed like it was a little bit simpler last time. So this time I watched a couple different videos. I could not find one that, like the one guy, like the problem is that they're clicking on this and clicking on that, and they're going so fast that couldn't find it. The one video I figured out, well, he doesn't have what I have. Like, he's saying something about some drop down, and I'm like, I can't find the drop down. So I'm like, well, maybe he's not in the same software. I don't know. So then I tried a different one, and that one was a little bit better, and I think that's the way that I ended up doing it. But like, I don't remember linking my ID and all that stuff either. So I did that yesterday through Adobe, and I figured it all out. But I mean, the bottom line is you get a video up there and it's what you want. But I think now that I think about it, I think maybe last time I opened up my YouTube and then I just went and got the file off my computer that way after I had already finished it. Maybe. I'm not sure. It seemed like there was something about, it was a little bit simpler. It was like, just click YouTube and bang, it was done. I'm not sure. That's how I do it on my phone. I do it through YouTube app. I just go in there and upload it that way. But anyway, there's just a little bit of learning, and the thing is about it, like, you know, like the one video, the guy's like, oh, you just upload it and you click here and click on export, but if you want to do it, and then you click on media, but if you want to do it quicker, just hit Control M, and it's like, yo, dude, just stick with one way, okay, you know. But it's fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it yesterday. Once I got the hang of it, once I figured out how to do it, I was blown away by the fact that apparently whatever video is in the, so there's lines where you put them, whatever video is on top gets played. So I had two videos. So yesterday was the first video that I uploaded with, or made with the GoPro and the camera. And all I had to do was put the GoPro video one line above the camera video, and it automatically overrode the camera video, and then the audio was me talking into the mic app. I thought that was just slicker than slick. I mean, because I was like, what do you got to do? You got to go in and tell it to stop here and start there, or what? And apparently not. Apparently whatever one's higher in ranking is overrides whatever's below it, I guess. I was blown away by that. Because what I thought I was going to have to do was going to have to cut it and then piece it together. And I was like, well, I don't really want to do that. So I just put it up there and it worked. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, we're going to wrap this video up. I don't know how long it is. A little bit of trouble with the disc spine. We're back at it. I'm going to finish this field up. Take the disc spine down. Get a couple squirts of grease. And go mow the other field. It's supposed to be raining. I thought it was supposed to rain by now. It's 1:20. 1:20. I thought it was supposed to rain by now, but it's not. It's a little breezy. So we'll get this down. Hopefully we're going to get it all down. This down and the other field down before it rains. If it doesn't rain, hey, that's even better. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this. Please like and subscribe to this video and stay tuned for more coming from Triple D Farms, Triple D Maple, and Triple D Cabins. Thank you, and have a nice day.